Good morning, G3 investors. This is Greg Gallagher, and it is April the 1st, April Fool's Day. Don't feel like fooling many people. This is the month-end report and a quarter-end report. Try to be as brief as possible. But this is, a heat map for the month of the S&P 500, and this is what a bear market looks like for 1 month, the month that we just currently. Most investors suffered through it. We came through pretty good. And I don't mean to brag, but, we did very, very, very well. Okay, so here's a picture of what I've been saying that I think we're in, which is when you're in a bear market, is it just a normal 25 to 30% correction, or could it be something more? And I think it's something more. And so I'm calling it the angry bear market. And we have had several of those, and I've done different videos on that, and I won't bore you with it again. But basically, we pulled back down to 218 here on the SPY, the mountain chart we have here, and it goes from 2009 to 2020. We closed at 258 on Friday, yesterday. Jeez, get with it, Greg. Actually, that was Tuesday. Yeah, okay, the last day of the month. I think we could possibly go up to 280 and maybe not. We may be turning a corner right now. Nobody knows how long this line will be before we go to the next leg down, but it seems like the coronavirus is getting worse daily, or at least they're scaring the shit out of us to make us think it is. I'm not really sure. Who knows? It's a very bad virus, and I'm not trying to belittle it in any possible way. Okay, the focus, and I'm not going to go over the whole month because I sent out lots of videos, but the focus is the short side. So here's a look at the SQs, which are the one-time ultra pro short of the QQQs, or the NASDAQ 100, NADX 100. And if I was looking at this, and I am seriously looking at this, the golden rule for shorting is it's at most a day trade, because inverse ETFs, the hedge fund managers and the big boys use these to hedge their positions, and the alagos, the trading systems trade these things, but they're so lucrative if you can catch a move. So I play small positions in it. My day trading days are over. But anyway, obviously it pulled back here, and this is what I call, it's not a formal Wyckofian retest of this previous thing out here, which I don't know, a low, if you can see it. The low is really down here, but we're testing where I think support is back here, and I don't know. Nobody knows. Chartists will tell me I'm completely wrong, but I don't care what they say. I have a trading system and it works. So I'm thinking, hey, if I'm right about we're going to start heading, we're going to head back up to this area. So I'm starting to become a little biased. Now, right now, I'm not going to enter long for a long term yet, but I'm considering it. If I did, it would be around in that area right there. So let's look what happened. Now, yesterday I was able to do a little bit of what I call live trading. I couldn't actually, I don't have time. I did a video while I was trading, okay, and I showed the bad trades and the good trades. We had 3 of them actually. Well, we had 2, but I carried over 250 shares. And if you saw my video, we lost on this leg down. I thought the market, because the futures were up in the morning and then reversed, I thought, hey, we may just go like that. So I got in when I could, following our guidelines. And bought, I think I bought 500 shares. It doesn't matter. And then I got in again over here and just followed it up. And we had 500 shares here, and we made up for some of the losses because we had, you'll see the reversal here, but we had some reversals. But so I carried it on, and what you're seeing here. Since this is April 1st, you're seeing that the futures are at 2092, and I'll watch it real close, but again, that's my guide right there. So once it opens up, this red line will either go like that or go like that, depending on what the market does. And so we'll use that as our guide. Now I'm going to give it a lot of room in the first hour of trading. I may, and I'm not trying to be greedy or anything, but I may, give it some room down here, because it's only 250 shares. So very good. Let's take a look at the market monitor and see what the market's doing. Okay, that's a good one, right? Okay, so this is again, I showed you how I start to trade. Got the same chart here. Sorry if you can't see this. I know it's little, but the futures are down almost a 3 handle on the Dow, the E-mini, the Nasdaq 250, and almost 3 on the S&P 500. And there's our 250 shares, which are worth a lot more than $215 based on this. If I look at this, pull this over a little bit. Okay, so right now we're at 21.18. Hey, keep on going. So obviously I'll put the stop way below this. But that all pans out depending on what happens at any rate. Okay, so there you go. That's how I think. Okay. Now here's the results. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it. Like I say, I'm not trying to brag. We made 30% through March 30th. That's the best in history that we've ever done. It's just a system, folks. The market did this. I didn't do it. I just followed the market. Okay, that's what trend following is. Okay, we're crushing everything. The window dressing, we made a little bit. Usually I don't make anything during the window dressing because it's so volatile anymore. And now, when you have window dressing in a bull market, you could, make 2 or 3% just on the last couple of days because everybody's going to window dress. All the people are going to buy. But when you have the day we had, which I want to look at that, let's look at that next. So let's look at the day we had here. Okay, this is the last day of the quarter. This is a week close, folks. We had 8 trades and 3 of them were positive. And this one I pulled out of the wazoo right at the last. Just got lucky, basically. But we could have had a very bad day, another bad day. And I don't like to have days like this. So when the market gets uncertain, and it's just choppy and chops around, I just get out. I'm looking for relaxation and ease, and I don't, even though I love this return for the month, this is the best month in our history. $18,000, 18.4%. We had 69 trades. I don't like that. I don't like $14 and $15 or 15 trade deals and statistics. I can remember this being at 70%. Now we're at 62%. Okay, so that's nothing. That's statistics. But, normally I'm at about 2/3. Okay, so I'm a little down. Well, what happened? Well, this is unusual activity, and when you do that, you start suffering losses. It's just all there is to it. I don't know what else to say. Okay, let's go over and look at the market update. You can see how the market closed, down 1%. This is the last day of the first quarter. Okay, and really for the week, the last 2 weeks, if you add that up, we're over 10%. That's a 10% recovery. Now, as I said, I had one follower, long-term follower, who sold their IRA account and all that, and called me up and said, what should I do? And I said, hey, you did what makes you feel good, okay, and what makes you sleep at night. The point is, I could be totally wrong. This thing could just go right back up. But I find it hard to believe when the market is ignoring bad news. Eventually, it won't be able to do that. It ignored 3.3 million in new claims and went up 9%, okay, for that week. I mean, folks, that is incredible, okay? 3.3 million new claims, I think that's got to be a record. But this unemployment report coming up this Friday, and everybody, all the talking heads, all the people, I watch that for entertainment. I don't believe any of that crap unless it's somebody really important. Ray Dalio, Warren Buffett, somebody big talking. The the $1 trillion man. I don't even know his name anymore. I just call him the $1 trillion man. I'm about like Joe Biden. Sometimes I can't remember. I won't say it. But anyway, this number on coming this week, I have no idea. It might be 10 million. It might be more than that. I mean, and yeah, we've got this stimulus out here, and yeah, great. But people are shocked. Okay. Talking it over with people that I've talked to the last couple of days, people aren't going to run out and buy a new car. I got a neighbor right next door bought a beautiful new Volvo, one of those little Volvo SUVs, beautiful. And I'm talking to her and her husband, and they're like, we just bought this thing 3 weeks ago. Why did we do it? I mean, and I'm like, I'm feeling sorry for them, but I can't do anything about it. And you can see here, it started. We've got a little bit of green on our statistics, but it started to go the wrong way, and that's not good. Yeah, these are not trade setups. These are results. Okay, so you can see here, this is what the tier 2 patrons get. We got stopped out of all those positions, and that's where we got stopped out at. And then we got 250 left on that one. Now, I don't update the SQQ because that is the only one that I am trading short term. I might take a position in this one, TWM. I mean, Russia and Saudi Arabia are fighting over this oil, and it's killing the oil price, and oil usually shows up in that, which is the Russell. It's the smaller companies. A lot of the oil companies are highly leveraged, and they'll go bankrupt. And they ain't going to come back from that. We can't. They don't have enough money to save everybody. It just ain't going to happen, folks. So, anyway. All right. Corona. My Corona. I hate this thing, but, there it is. It's getting worse. We're at 4,000, and this ratio is at now 2.2%. Now, part of this problem is if you go look on a map, and I don't have this up, but, all these sanctuary cities is where all the stuff is. New York, New Jersey, Washington State. Okay, that's a special case because you got older people there and all that. But it's all these liberal cities. And so, Mario, what's his face, goes on there, Kumo, and oh boy, he could replace Joe Biden. Well, come on, baby, just do it. I want you to do it because I'm telling you, the guy's a nut. He complains about not having the ventilators, and he has 10,000 of them in stock. And then he won't do and I will butcher this name if I say it, but what's that? The new drug? It's hydroxychloroquine. Okay, this stuff cures most people, but we've got to study it. Study it. Donald Trump is a businessman. What does he do? He says, "Hey, screw studying it. Let's get this stuff out and get it to people. If it cures 3/4 of them, this number that's 4,000 here will stop going up." But no, they would rather have people die in New York City and other places because Donald Trump will look good. I just don't understand this crazy world we live in sometimes. It is absolutely nuts. But hey, maybe I'm nuts. This is Greg Gallagher with G3 Investors. You know the drill. Good luck and good trading.